For those who don't know me, my name is Brother Sean, and I'm a member of the Teo community of St. Francis, a community of men and women who've embraced the simple life, honouring part of their sacred contract, because in a previous life we were all Therapeutai Essenes by the Red Sea, near Mount Sinai. And it was there that we were anointed and appointed by Jesus, the barefoot Galilean, and commissioned by Magdalena and Jesus to return in this incarnation to be a vortex of light. That may sound really challenging for those of you who maybe not on the spiritual path as some of us are, but nonetheless we are a child of God. And it is my understanding that the Supreme invites all the children of God to embrace their heart, wherein lives the I Am Presence. This short video may appear challenging also because it's talking about a new dawn of spiritual reawakening that will begin on Sunday the 24th of November, just 2 days away. And my heart was guided early this morning to do this short video for you. As a Catholic Christian, Franciscan, contemplative monk, who has embraced the simple life from my monastery without walls, my own home, the Christian family will be celebrating a major event this coming Sunday, the Feast of Christ the King, that will end the Church's liturgical year. But not only will it end the Church's liturgical year, it will also begin the preparations in the season of Advent. But over the last few days, it became very clear to my heart why this great feast, Christ the King, is very important for us as we embrace Christ consciousness. And we don't have to be a Christian to understand this great feast. But the feast of Christ the King is the precursor. Like John the Baptist was at the River Jordan when Jesus came to be baptized, John went before Jesus to prepare the way. Well, the feast of Christ the King is the preparation for the coming of the Christ, the risen cosmic Christ. Because since 1987, when we had the harmonic convergence, all of God's children have been turned on their head, literally upside down, inside out. For me, resembling being put in a washing machine on a fast spin and being left. But I know in my own journey, especially in the last 12 months, I've had to experience some pretty major challenges. But like many of us, I was stuck because I was exhausted and battle-weary. Battle-weary from some health issues, but also battle-weary from holding my beautiful family, the Teo community, together as its founder from 2008. And the time had come to surrender the role and hand it over. But a part of me was struggling with that, because it was like a mom giving away her babe and walking away from it. But through a series of events, it became clear that I was to relinquish the role as founder and continue to be a member and help where I could, but not in an active role. And I'm okay with that now, because it's right and it is God's will for my life. The skills that God gave me was as a kingdom builder, to prepare the foundation with the help of Francis and the Christ for an online community of men and women whom I perceive as the fourth order of Franciscans. And it became so clear, yes, that when Francis and Jesus spoke to my heart in Assisi at the Tomb of Francis in April 2008 to reach out to all faiths and to set up a lay monastic community for men and women of different faiths, it suddenly hit home that this is God's vision, not mine. So coming back to this Sunday, the 25th of November, the Feast of Christ the King, it also heralds the end of the Piscean era, the 2,000 years from the birth of Christ. And it reawakens our heart to embrace the dawn of Aquarius on the 21st of December 2012. These are not my words. These words have been prophesied by many prophets of different beliefs, by the indigenous peoples such as the Mayans, the Essenes of Mount Sinai, and their teachings go back 8,000 years to the prophet Enoch. And Jesus was an Essene, as was Magdalena and many of the early apostles. But today we are in the cusp of an amazing spiritual event. It is the Epiphany of Epiphanies, and the Christ star will become clear from the 26th of November. Many will see that star, like the shepherds saw the star leading the Magi to the crib. We will see that star, and our hearts will follow it, having surrendered our heart to the cosmic Christ consciousness. But there must be no fear here. Many have predicted gloom and doom. It is not gloom and doom. Christ consciousness is heart consciousness. But first, we must accept that the Christ, who was Jesus the barefoot Galilean, was the Son of God, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. And he is coming in this incarnation for all of us as the cosmic Christ. And he will reign supreme, and the influx of light is the purest light of six-dimensional energy. But sadly, mankind, when we were born into this incarnation, it was into third, where we had difficulty connecting with the heart, and everything had to be processed through the mind, the head center. Six-dimensional energy, Christ consciousness, is a heart consciousness where we will know intuitively what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is evil. And many will ascend to take their rightful place as a co-creator of God, and many will remain to hold the light for all the children of God. But this Sunday will also reawaken within us the need to take responsibility for our life, to prioritize what is relevant and what is irrelevant. Because in this beautiful world that God made, as a Franciscan, I embrace God through the natural world. And I invite you to come and join us on our new channel dedicated to the Cosmic Christ Reigns on live stream. Details of that will be with this video. But let there be no fear of gloom and doom or an Armageddon. The company of heaven have told us repeatedly, over and over, that the cosmic Christ is coming, that our dawn of reawakening has almost arrived, and in the space of 29 days from now, we will see the cosmic Christ. That is his promise to us. But many will reject it because of the new God, materialism. Because so many of God's children have become despiritualized, understandably, because of the abuses of power from within the Abrahamic faith of Jew, Muslim, and Christian. We only have to look at what's happening in the Middle East with the Arab Springs, the conflicts between Muslim and Muslim, Sunni and Shiite, between Jew and Muslim with Palestine and Israel. Let us pray for peace and let us be reawakened.